guys, it's Jasma and today we're making garlic bread. Now I love eating garlic bread, but the ones they sell in a restaurant or in stores sometimes has a lot of salt and a lot of butter inside of it. So today I'm going to show you how to make your own garlic bread at home. I've tried many different recipes and I found the one that tastes pretty much just like the ones in a restaurant, but you can control the amount of butter and the amount of salt in it. And once you learn how to make this yourself at home, you can eat garlic bread whenever time you want. And the good part is this is actually really easy to make. So let's get started. For the ingredients you will need: half a cup of softened unsalted butter, 50 grams of garlic, half a teaspoon of salt, half a tablespoon of parsley, half a tablespoon of basil, and some bread. The ingredients we're using today is actually really simple. We're going to use some softened unsalted butter at room temperature. You want to make sure that it's really soft because this is going to make it a lot easier to mix in the other ingredients. But you want to make sure it's not melted but softened at room temperature. And we're using some unsalted butter here today is to make sure that we can control the amount of salt that actually goes into the garlic bread. We're also going to be using some parsley, basil, salt, and some garlic. Today I'm using these special garlic. So this is basically a single garlic clove, but it's in the shape of a garlic and it's about 25 grams. So I'm using 2 of these today. It's about 50 grams. I found this in a Chinese supermarket. It's really juicy on the inside. It smells really good. And since it is a single garlic clove, it's really easy to peel. So that's why I chose to use these. But of course, if you can't find these, you could just use regular garlic and just measure out about 50 grams of the chopped garlic. And I'm using 50 grams of garlic today, but if you like a really strong garlic smell, you could use as much as you want. We're also going to be using some bread. Now, of course, you can't make garlic bread without bread. I'm using some fresh baguettes that I just baked off. I have a video on how to do this on my channel, so if you want to learn how to make homemade baguettes, you could go and check that out. You could use whatever type of bread you want. You could use sandwich bread, Italian bread. You could also use whole wheat bread, which makes it a lot healthier. But these baguettes has no fat in it, so I think it's a really good balance between the garlic and the bread. So we could start making our garlic bread. Starting off, we're going to mince the garlic. You can see it's a single clove, so you don't have to peel anything on the inside. Chop off the ends. It's going to make it a little easier to peel. Once I peeled all of the garlic, I'm just going to finely mince it. If you like really big pieces of garlic in your garlic bread, you could just coarsely chop it, but I like to finely mince it. Once the garlic is minced, the rest of the steps are really easy. So now preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then we could start to mix our garlic mixture. In a bowl, I'm going to add in my softened unsalted butter. You can see it's really nice and soft. Then I'm going to add in the garlic that I just minced. Then add in the basil, the parsley, and the salt. These are the ingredients that I'm using in my garlic bread today, but you could adjust the amount of salt according to your personal preference, and you could also use fresh parsley and basil. It's just really up to what you like. Now we're just going to mix everything together. You can see this is why, again, it's very important that your butter is nice and soft. Mix it until all of the spices are evenly distributed. This is all mixed through, so I'm just going to set it aside and we can start to slice the bread. Now I have a serrated knife here and I'm just going to cut the bread diagonally. I've sliced out a loaf of bread. You could slice more if you want to, but I'm just going to do this much for now. And you want to prepare a baking tray. I lined it with some foil. You could also use parchment paper if you want to. And also prepare a butter knife, and we're going to start to spread the garlic mixture onto the bread. You could spread on as much or as little of this garlic mixture onto the bread, but I wouldn't suggest putting too much because the garlic flavor would be a little too strong. Once it's evenly spread, just place it onto your tray. Once you got a tray full of the garlic bread, place it into an oven preheated at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 6 to 8 minutes or until the top is nice and crispy. That's how you make garlic bread. This has been baking in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 8 minutes. It is nice and crispy on top, but the bake time may vary because every oven is different. This is already smelling really good, so I'm just going to let it cool down just slightly before I eat it. So I hope you can try this out. It is really simple to make. It tastes just like the ones they sell in restaurants or stores. Maybe it tastes even better. So yeah, I hope you can try this out. Thanks for watching and see you guys next time. Bye!